Now, I'm sorry we got interrupted, okay? God can apparently afford some of the best video equipment out there, all right? He doesn't have that big of a budget, and I've been buying too many video games. Now, I'll tell you right now, that's a perfect example, and you all know this because you have a personal relationship with this God that some of you call your inner voice, some of you think is just your imagination. But in case you haven't been watching YouTube, you'll realize that the biggest fucking story in the world right now is the awakening, is the ascension, is Christ consciousness, is an LSD trip. And I want to make very clear to you one thing very much. God did not invent religion. You did. Okay? So if you want to know if it's Jesus, is it angels, is it Buddha? I'll tell you it's D, Allah of the above. Yeah, you heard me say it. Okay? So now you start understanding why all of the things that you're seeing that are putting a certain religion into a bad position, all of the things, not a couple of them, but all of them, are basically entities that you cannot see. They're not coming out of the ground, out of a fire pit. As far as I know, because they don't want to tell me everything, because I'll get shook up and piss my pants. Because that's how honest I am. Okay? Are way more intelligent than all of us. And the number one key rule is, do not let any of these motherfuckers know that they're slaves. And right now, 30% of you out there go, he's saying it. He's finally telling people. He's doing it the wrong way. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. None of us are doing it the wrong way. Even if something seems wrong, it's right. Because an angel once told me, Don, if you could see things from our perspective, you would realize there's no such thing as wrong or right. You see, people, you all get mad and you say, why did God do this to me? Why did God starve me? Why did God kill my mom? Why did God do all these things? And if you'll notice, all agnostics have a story like that. And I don't blame them, because I was one. I went full spectrum. I hated God and I loved God. I've sinned, and I've been someone who's chastised somebody for sin. I've been there and back. And do you know what that means? What? That I'm an arc. I've had the full spectrum of experiences. That's what an arc is, an archetype. He is basically the combination of all different kinds of people. Now, I'm not alone. I'm not saying I'm special in the sense of I'm the only one like that. But it would be quite a jolt to many people knowing that in their mind, I'm Mr. Druggy, got kicked out of Los Angeles and can't keep a girlfriend. The fact of the matter is, for the last 10 years, I've been told to not keep a girlfriend. I've been single by choice. Why? Because I want to be all one. Take the L out of alone and you get all one. Now, these are things that come off the top of my head. You can go on Google, you can go on Yahoo, and you'll find none of this. They said you will know numbers and you will know dates. Well, what the hell does that mean? And who's talking to me? They said, what are the 1010s and the 111s? What the hell does that mean? They said, well, you have to kind of put a physical picture on who we are. And we're all female angels. Now, why are all female angels talking to Don? Why? Because he's a pervert. Yeah, they're right. I am. You should hear what they see me do in the middle of the night. But that's besides the point. The point is, 10 of them were 10s. They looked like 10s. One of them was an 11. The funny part was when they said, there's actually 12 people here. I said, well, who's the other girl? They said, it's not another girl. It's a large Samoan bodyguard at the door just in case you lose control. Now, that's the kind of prankster and fun we have while they're teaching me and training me. And the training that they taught me was very frightening, but it was very real. And the thing you need to realize is, Don could not have possibly come up with these things with his own mind. He could not have Googled them because they're not on Google. And if it did come up in my own mind, guess what? I'm more intelligent than Steven Spielberg and George Lucas combined. Don, you are number 72. Yeah, I know I was born then. No, I want you to look at the number of your birth date. 8972. There is not one other number, I've said this 100 times, during that century that would be more perfect to be the number 72. 8972. That year, there were 222 days in the year so far before my birthday. Tonight, I even looked at my specific birth certificate. I was born at 827 at 722 Hill Street. The number is everywhere. 222 is another number that I resemble with, out of Daniel, the book of the prophecy. Daniel 222 says, and how I know this, I didn't know because I didn't really read the Bible. He will be the one who reveals the secrets because he knows what dwells in the darkness. Yet, don't be fooled because the light dwells within him. What does that mean? He looks like he's a bad guy, but he's a good guy. He knows both sides, and he's going to reveal the secrets because the secrets are what are keeping us locked in, a.k.a. the secret society. Right. They know the codes that I know, and they're using them against you to enslave you. They hate me. They hate me. They've been shooting at me in ways that you don't know. Whether it's physical injury or now, no, the 4 near deaths that I can count. Then you can call me a liar all you want. Do you know how many times I'm walking down the street and some random person who I know has no idea what they're doing puts a gun in my face? And then I hear a voice in my head say, stare them in the eye, and I do, and they drop the gun and run like a woman? Let me rephrase that. They run like a baby? Because I'll tell you what, women are going to be controlling this planet. That's going to be the next turn. So guys, I'm really sorry to tell you that. All right? Do you know what it's like to tell people, I'm communicating with something that I think is Gabriel, like my best friend. I don't know what's going on here. Is the Bible the right way? And I heard a voice say, it all depends on how you were raised. This is called the ascension, and you're being raised. So it doesn't mean everybody believes in only the Bible. What you're going to find out is that Jesus Christ, who you all say is, oh, the great one, and he is. Remember, Christ is not his real name. His name is Jesus. Do you realize that Krishna, that all of the other great leaders of the world, essentially their names decipher into the word Christ? Then you begin to realize that one of the biggest teachings is reincarnation. In other words, all these gods that you think are different, that you fight over, that you kill over, they're all the fucking same person reincarnated. Well, that's very creative. Wait and see if I'm right or wrong. Wait and see if I'm right or wrong. Wait till I explain to you that angelology, which is the study of angels, in fact, you worship angels like a god, existed 12,000 years before Jesus was born. Bet you didn't know that. The media didn't tell you that the prophet Muhammad, guess who gave him his prophecy? It's somebody that Mary knows. Why? Gabriel. The same name in the Quran, because I study the Quran and the Bible because I'm open-minded, was the one who gave Muhammad his prophecy and told Mary she was pregnant. And then we have Michael, who's like the king of the Catholics or the Christians. Guess what? He's also known as the protector of Israel. And they all have the same name. What are the odds that these angels, or whatever these entities are, all have the same fucking name and they're all in the same religion? And why is it that you don't know that? Why is it that you don't know that Darwin, the hero of the atheists, did you know how he got his money to go and find the missing, or to get the theory of evolution? Did you know that basically he went and approached the church and explained to them, and very confidently, that he was told by angels where to go and find that information? That's a true story, but you never heard about it. So they lied. No. Something made you not look it up. In fact, he owns, the theory of evolution is not owned only by Darwin. It's owned by 2 other men who broke up with him in a big fight because he sold out. When he got the cameras in his face, he said, oh no, this was my idea. I just guessed where to find it. That's a true story. Now, you can make up whatever outcome you want of why that happened, but you never heard that version of it, did you? It's that kind of awakening things that are going to happen to you. Now, back to my story. How did I know, after 7 years of defending this female, who I knew was very important, all right, and trust me, it was not somebody I wanted to defend at the time, because I was going to be learning something about judgment. This person was very special, but I was seeing a very different person. Now, at first, when I heard about this other person, I got very shook up because I was hearing these interpretations of basically what Lucifer was. Haven't you read the Bible? Revelation 12, read about it. That's why it says the devil, I'm sorry. It says the dragon and his angels fought against Michael and his angels. It's the only time that it shows a war in heaven where it's not demons versus angels, it's angels versus angels. That's what gave me the clue. Why? Because I think a lot. I have DUIs for how many times I think. Okay? In other words, I realized whoever this person was he was fighting was probably not an enemy. It was a mistake. And thus, the third rule was coming apart of what they gave me as an archangel. And I didn't make them up. 1, do not meditate on what you're going to say to people. We'll give you your mouth and we'll give you your wisdom. 2, keep your head about you when all others are losing theirs. And 3, no matter what, if your mission or your God